What up? It's DJ Envy. Now, shout out to Real Estate Heat TV. They got the hottest new real estate channel. Shout out to my man, real estate coach Anthony Legins and Coach Armin Wright. They bring the heat with the latest strategies and techniques to take you to the next level. So make sure you subscribe now, all right? Salute.
Hey, welcome to another episode of How to Buy the Hood. I'm your host, Coach Anthony Legins, and I am so excited tonight to have the one and only Miss Asia Denson, owner of the Denson Construction Services LLC, construction with a woman's touch.
I look at it like this: if out of state and out of the country people are buying Detroit, why we not? And we live here. Like that was my first thing. Like Detroit is a black ass city. Like Detroit is probably 80-90% black.
Right,
Roughly. But we not 80-90% owners.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the people who own houses in Detroit do not look like us. And it wasn't always like that. I know a lot of people who have jobs and they still invest and do stuff too. It's just a balance. Very true. So you don't have to. I unfortunately didn't work while I was investing because I got laid off. So I ain't had no damn choice. So, but for me, it was a blessing in disguise because I don't think I would have busted my ass as hard because when you broken your back against the wall, it ain't nowhere else to go but so it's so we doing this on YouTube live every third Thursdays. It's called What Up Though Fridays because we from Detroit, of course, What Up Though. And Friday is like, the kickback day in the city. So it's me, Marcus Twyman, Emma Elder, she owns.
And get with Miss Denson here, Asia Denson. Denson Construction Services. Check out our YouTube page. Subscribe. Get with her. I'm Coach Anthony Legins. This is How to Buy the Hood, and we out. Welcome to another episode of How to Buy the Hood. I am your host, coach, and mentor, Anthony Legins. And I am so excited to be able to bring another episode to you here today. But before I really get started, I want to give a shout out to my main man, Rec Room Remixes. B. Langster in the house doing his thing, laced me up with these super dope Superman shoes, customized. Put my old rap name on the back. I used to rap back in the day. TCO, you know what I'm saying? So shout out Rec Room Remixes, man. Good looking out, my brother. That's how we build each other, you know what I mean? And that's what this is all about. It's about uplifting each other, helping us build and just build with each other as far as relationships go, and definitely build and grow in developing our communities. And hey, welcome to this episode of How to Buy the Hood. I am your host, Coach Anthony Legins. I am so super excited today to have the Wholesale Diva here, Miss J Gaines in the house. Let me introduce her to you guys right now. She's a motivational speaker. She's an investing coach, author. She's even a licensed nurse. Now, this dynamic single mom has triumphed through many of life's obstacles, from very poor circumstances in the cruel projects of Chicago. Now, she has survived abuse, homelessness, and even juvenile incarceration. Now, over the past 20 years, though, she has mastered many types of creative real estate investing, as well as taught thousands of individuals how to become successful in the business. Now, during the 90-day workshop, she taught success principles that motivated her first 30 students to collectively control over $3 million in real estate. This professional businesswoman has organized over 3,000 special events. She was an instructor for Barbizon and John Casablanca modeling schools for many years. She has coordinated pageants in many states, coordinated expos, trade shows with over 500 vendors, conducted weddings, managed photo shoots, as well as produced events with major sponsors. Jay Gaines, the Wholesale Diva, has appeared as a radio personality, TV host, and while doing all of this, completed nursing school while owning a chain of martial arts schools. Wow. Her mission is to empower, educate, and inspire more to build generational wealth. And with that being said, hey, woo, Mrs. Gaines, I am so happy to have you.
You said a mouthful.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. But
I know
okay.
People will say, she hasn't did all that. Oh, yes, I have.
Did it all. Yeah. She's did it all. You better check her out. You better Google her. You know what I'm saying?
I've had a full life.
She's the real deal. And we so happy to have her up in the house. Go on and shout yourself out there.
Well, thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much. And to all your listeners and viewers out there, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Again, Anthony gave me an elaborate introduction, so I don't really want to keep tooting my own horn. I'm just here, to share some valuable information with you guys and possibly answer any questions that you may have. I'll let you pick my brain. This is pick a brain time.
There it is. And here on this show, How to Buy the Hood, this is focused on helping teach us principles in real estate and how we can get actively involved in real estate to help improve our local communities and where we grew up in. Because even if you moved outside of your community, you may still have interest of where you grew up in. And we'll show you how you could take action through working with someone like myself and definitely like the one and only Wholesale Diva here. So, so Ms. Gaines, who are you? And how did you get into real estate in the first place? I know we had a fantastic introduction. So let's just say, how did you get into real estate in the first place?
Well, I was a military wife. I'd been a military wife almost 12 years, and life was beautiful. I mean, I had the white picket fence and the 2.2 kids, I mean, I was living the American dream according to society for an African-American woman. I was well taken care of because, as you know, you're ex-military. In the military, you don't pay for housing. So we had this big, beautiful home. We had the nice cars. I was a professional model at the time in San Francisco, and my husband was in the Navy. And believe it or not, just one night, I mean, I probably felt it coming. I didn't see it coming, but I probably felt it coming. He just kind of came in the house and announced that he didn't want to be married anymore. Just kind of like that. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't, it was just kind of matter of fact. He said, you know what? I don't want this life anymore. I don't want to be married anymore. And I was like, okay. At first I thought he was kidding. But then probably about a week later, he moved out. And I got a notice from the Navy stating that they called it port of call or something like that. Where do you want us to move you and your 2 kids? Port of call. And so I didn't understand what that meant. Basically, they were telling me that I had to get out of military housing. And they gave me 30 days to decide where I wanted them to move me and the kids. So being the person that I am from the hood, the first thing I did was have a big garage sale and sell everything I could in the house. Look, I was selling everything.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I was sitting at home. Actually, I think it was a Friday evening, if I remember right now. I remember I had made me a cup of green tea. When certain pivotal changes happen at points in your life, you remember those moments. I was drinking a cup of green tea and I was watching TV, and this commercial came across the TV, and it was Carlton Sheets.
Oh, okay, I remember him.
Now, we all have seen this commercial, 2,500 times.
Right,
and it said, you too can own real estate without banks, credit, or cash. And I had never, ever paid attention to it because I wasn't interested in real estate. But here He said, if you're going through a divorce, look, right there. He had me like Beyonce. Right. He had me at hello. So all of a sudden I perked up and I'm looking at the TV and he was interviewing all these people. And there was this one African-American man who was a single dad. I don't know if you remember, he had a Hawaiian shirt on and he was sitting. Yeah, you've seen the commercial. And he said, I'm a single dad of 2 sons and I got involved in this. I've never used my own money and I own like 12 houses or something. I'm like, okay. Maybe a diva can still maintain our lifestyle. Because my concern was my kids got used to private school, nice, clean neighborhood, living the life. I didn't want to take them backwards where I came from the projects. So I was determined to find a way to make sure my children live their best life. Man, so I was in Alameda, California, which is across the bridge from San Francisco. It's right by Oakland. The seminar was a 3-day seminar in San Diego. So I got a babysitter and I rented a car because I didn't want nothing attached with the vehicles we had or nothing. I didn't want the husband saying, she tried to steal a vehicle and go to San Diego because things get crazy during a divorce. You know that. So I rented a car and I went for the 3 days. Now, I only had about $2,500 on my credit card. The program was, I think, $5,000, but it included a mentor and everything. And so I gave them my last $2,500 and I told them I'd be back in 30 days with the rest. But my position was when I walked out of that ballroom, I'm going to find a deal. Right. And I did my first deal and I made 11,000 something cents on my first deal. And that was after I split. What? Yeah.
Oh, you was hooked.
I split with my mentor. I made 22, but you split with your mentor.
Yeah, I got you.
So I was like, oh, this stuff works. Wait a minute.
Works.
I never looked back. And so when they moved us from California to Texas, which is where I asked them to move me to. Well, first they moved me to San Diego. I stayed in San Diego 6 months. Cost of living was too high. Dealing with trying to do wholesaling, the properties were too high. And remember, I was a newbie, so I was scared. I was still scared to deal with high dollar properties. So I researched and found out Texas had cheap real estate. So I took some money from my 401k. And when we got to Texas, I bought a bunch of houses, little cheap houses down in South Dallas.
Okay.
And I put them on owner finance. Now, I didn't understand that was the term back then. Okay. I understood about people making payments to me and I don't have to do any work, fix any toilets. So that was all in my contract. So I understood that. I didn't know what to call it. And fast forward, when I got that group of 30 students, one of them did her first deal in 2 weeks. And I think she made $8,000. And she told Lynn Hayes at the radio station about it. Lynn Hayes interviewed me and all of a sudden, my business exploded. Every Black person in Texas wanted to know, how much do we pay you? I didn't even know what to charge. I was like, I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's
how I got started. And I didn't have a website. I didn't have business cards. I didn't have LLC. I didn't have none of that. And I blew up overnight.
That's what's up. And it can happen like that too. I'm telling you, it can.
It really can.
It can. I mean, you just went from watching an infomercial one night, you know what I'm saying? Carlton Sheets, well, he was selling the
back in the day.
Too, though, wasn't he? Man, he was getting money, right? I love Carlton Sheets, man. That's my dude.
Wasn't playing. He's
the original out here.
Yeah, he's the original OG.
He's the original, man. I had his whole program, like the whole, it was like
all
big
the
case,
CDs.
Right?
Yeah, it was a big old case.
Man, and it worked. It worked incredibly for you. That's an awesome start to a career.
The thing is, I didn't understand all those other techniques that they taught us over the weekend because they taught subject to, owner finance, rehab, Ahab, Moab.
Right. I know.
Nothing.
It's like a different language. Right.
Nothing registered with me but wholesaling because the guy that gave the example, the little blurb, and it was, when I said little blurb, the seminar was this big and the wholesaling part was this big. The guy that gave the blurb, he gave a good example. He said, when you go to Walmart and buy a sweater, you might pay $20 for the sweater, but somebody sold it to Walmart for $5 and someone bought it for $1 in Japan or China. He said, you are that $5 person. And I said, wait a minute, that's the way we run stuff in the hood. This ain't difficult.
Be surprised how those the principles are the same.
It registers.
You know, the principles, a lot of us already have the knowledge that we need to be successful. We just don't have the education on the real estate tip. You know what I'm saying?
I agree 100%.
You know, if you just took some time and you're doing it for yourself, you just got to take some time to do a little learning.
Homework.
You know what I'm saying? A little homework. And that's all,
yeah.
I mean, because that knowledge is going to give you the confidence.
Because that made sense to me. I mean, we used to buy candy from the penny store and then resell it in the hood. So
I used to do that.
That's the same thing. Ain't no different from wholesale in the house.
Right. Yeah, I used to do that too. I used to
we all
buy
used
the packs of now-laters and break them down and
sell
single
and
now-laters.
sell single now-laters. Right. I did the same thing. Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about your business model, or should I say maybe your most successful business model in real estate.
Well, I still do my own personal deals when I feel like it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. When I feel like doing a deal, I do one. It's not a mandatory thing with me now because I'm up in age and I'm settled. My focus right now is education. I come from a family of nurses and teachers. So I chose nursing. However, I'm good at teaching people how to do stuff. So my focus now is educating and empowering the African-American community on what real estate investing involves. It's not what you see on HGTV.
Right.
And that's all they know. It's not just going to a realtor and putting 20% down and buying a house. It's much more involved in that. And there's so many creative ways you can rebuild the community one house at a time. And especially if we get together and do it collectively.
Definitely.
So that's really important.
I love that. I love that because like, what tools do you use right now, like to get your message out and, you know, to get your platform?
I'm mostly word of mouth, to be perfectly honest. I don't even take on students if they haven't been referred. We use Facebook a lot. I have about 250 videos on Facebook. I have 500 videos on YouTube. I have 2 channels. And I'm basically more laid back at this point because I'm like 69 now. So I'm real laid.
Oh, no way. I wouldn't have guessed that. Seriously, I wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah. Nice. Wow.
So I'm more laid back now in terms of empowering other young African-American women and teaching them to be coaches. Nice. So that they can spread, you know, you said reach one, teach one. I want them to spread the word. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know, like, you know, a lot of these questions that I would normally ask is would be more so for like some investors that are like doing the buying and flipping, like per se right now. But see, I see you more so as being you pretty much mastered this game. I mean, you know what I'm saying? From what I can tell and what I've checked into about you and just, you know, hearing you talk. And, you know, so I want to ask you then, like, what do you think that we could do collectively to start taking action now?
That's a great question, Anthony. And my personal thoughts on that are, I see, and I don't want to compare, but I need to compare just for the sake of that question. I see a lot of Caucasian brothers or Hispanic brothers will get together on YouTube collectively. Now, mind you, each one of them has their own training or coaching program, but they will come together collectively on YouTube and other social media channels, and they will share information with their community to empower and educate their community. You might have one Hispanic, one Caucasian, one Arab or Iranian, something. Those guys will get together and will share information to empower the community. And whoever you sign up with, that's your business. They don't care. They're not caught up in that, the pettiness of that. I think that if more of us come together collectively, you, myself, Ahmad, people like that, Glenn, if we come together and try to educate, because a person can't jump into any type of business unless they're educated on it. And especially the real estate game, it's not a joke. You're dealing with a high value asset of a person. So I think we need to educate and empower the masses first. And then whether they choose to sign up with you, me, Ahmad, or whomever, it doesn't matter. We're not caught up in that. We're caught up in get the right education. Know your terminology. Know how to talk to a seller depending on what the situation is.
Exactly.
Because everybody's not good at customer service. One of the questions that I ask new individuals when they want to sign up with me as clients, have you ever did call center work or have you ever worked a commission job? If you've never did call center work and you've never worked a commission job and you've never owned a house, you got to start from kindergarten. You don't even know the language.
Right. Exactly.
You follow me?
Exactly.
You don't even know the terminology. When a person says, well, my mortgage balance is, and you're like, well, what's that? Duh. You need to educate yourself first. Then jump in the game. And I think right now during COVID, people are just jumping in the game. I call it throwing spaghetti against the wall, hoping it'll stick.
Right. Yeah, it's vital that you gotta get with somebody that can teach you this.
Somebody that can teach you.
Whether it be, to be honest with you, when I got started in real estate, I didn't know nothing. Like I was clueless. Like I didn't know anything, nothing about real estate. And I didn't know who I was going to sell a house to or anything, right?
Yeah, that's most of
us. And this, the conception that I had is that when I go get to this real estate school and get my real estate license, then I'll learn real estate. To be honest with you, they only teach you the law and the math. They don't teach you the how to do it part. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get out there and struggle with the how to do part. And that's what I think that, me and Miss Gaines here, we want to help cut out some of that learning curve for you, because if you can get with her and she can get, I mean, she's so experienced, you know what I'm saying? So I would suggest that you go on and get with her and also check her out, you know what I'm saying? And she has a lot to teach, a lot to offer. And I know that you out there, you want to get started and doing some things in your community and you just don't really know how to do it. You don't know how to go about it. I say right now, get with the Wholesale Diva, and she knows exactly what to teach you and how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Go on, Miss Gaines, go on and say something, because we're about to go on and be out. So go on and say something to wrap us up, take us up out of here, please.
You didn't have no more questions for me? Oh, okay.
Well, you got anything else you want to share?
My focus, I do want to share with the audience, my focus is women. I'm not biased or anything. I take on male clients, but I work much better with women because I was that single mom that, had to pull myself up by my bootstraps. So I love working with women, especially single moms that want to leave the work environment, or women that want to leave a situation that's not working out for them or whatever, so that they can build generational wealth for them and their children. So any women out there that are listening to me or that hear my voice, if you're interested in having a coach or a mentor who's a female, who approaches this business from a female negotiation perspective, then I'm the person for you. And you can always reach out to me. I do a consultation to see if we're a good fit. If we're not a good fit, God bless you. I'll send you to Anthony or Ahmad.
Yeah.
But if we're a good fit,
my man Armand, right?
Yeah. I'd love to work with you. I got a student that just signed up with me December 1st, and she has 5 contracts already. And she's doing virtual. She's in Jersey, and she's doing deals in Birmingham.
What? Wow, that's incredible. See, that's incredible.
And I have students.
That's really all I can say is like, wow, that's incredible. I mean, that's so exciting. That's good news for people to hear.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, that's possible for you that's watching.
It's definitely possible. I mean, if you guys go to my YouTube channel, you'll see students from all over the United States that have made anywhere from $3,000 a deal to $25,000 and $30,000 off a deal. So the receipts, this is what the young millennials say now, the receipts are on the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna have the links below to the Wholesale Diva, both of her channels. You know what I'm saying? So that you can definitely get with her, link to her website. You know what I'm saying? You know, you
Everything.
need to get with her. I highly recommend her just from our conversation. My partner Armand, he's very familiar with her. We
Actually, I'll
highly
be on
recommend.
tomorrow.
Oh
Armand
yeah,
is
yeah, you got an
tomorrow.
interview with Armand tomorrow. I know you told me. Yeah, you know, and you know, hey, you know, we highly recommend Miss J Gaines, the Wholesale Diva. You need to get with her. Hey, we're gonna go on to wrap this up. And thank you for tuning in. This is How to Buy the Hood. Special guest, Miss J Gaines, the Wholesale Diva. I'm Anthony Legins, real estate coach and mentor, and we out. Welcome to Real Estate Heat TV. This is Anthony Legins, real estate coach and mentor. Today, I'm bringing you my good friend and real estate investor, Mr. Joel McNair. He is a local real estate investor. He has 2 local real estate investment companies. He's a musical genius, in my opinion. He makes some great music, folks. You probably gonna want to definitely check him out. But go ahead, Joel. Go on and introduce yourself, my brother.
Hello, everyone. I just want to thank Anthony Legins for allowing me to speak on this program, the Heat TV, and
Heat,
let you guys, Real Estate Heat. That's what's up. Yep.
What up? It's DJ Envy. Now, shout out to Real Estate Heat TV. They got the hottest new real estate channel. Shout out to my man, real estate coach Anthony Legins and coach Armin Wright. They bring the heat with the latest strategies and techniques to take you to the next level. So make sure you subscribe now, all right? Salute.
Here we go. This is the Real Estate Heat TV. This is the hottest real estate channel in the industry. I'm the host today, Armand Wright. We bringing the knowledge from the streets all the way to the suites. We have the guests. Young lady, she's doing an amazing job. She has the Bird Dog Real Estate System. It's an amazing group on Facebook. I strongly suggest everyone go there, check her out. She's doing some amazing things. She has over 12,000 followers now, and she's doing some really amazing things. Can you just tell us a little bit of how you got started in the business?
Well, I got started in real estate investing. Honestly, it was my husband's idea. He wanted to own franchises. And we're like, okay, we're 19 and 20 years old. We don't know how to do that. So we went to one of those free seminars where it's like, learn how to flip a house. And then we got there. We paid for the course and the mentorship. And it was like, okay, we still aren't able to do this. We don't have the credit, the finances. We didn't have the backing of any network or anything to help us out. So we kept going down. We found out about wholesaling. We were like, we don't know what construction numbers are. We don't know ARV. We don't know any of that. So what can we do? I found out about bird dogging. And I was like, why is there no one really talking about this? And everyone I found, it was just like they did one video on it, or there's a website on it, and it's outdated. No one's really updating the website anymore. Or it's like the name of someone's company. They're not educating people. And I was like, you know what? It's just a shame that no one's really teaching anyone about this. And my old business partner was like, you should start a group for bird dogs. And I was like, okay. And then I did. That was how I started.
Nice. So your business model, so what does it consist of?
So I love the driving for dollars model. I love finding vacant houses versus like finding lists of properties, because I find there's a lot of competition when you have to look at lists. So let's just say you pick a pre-foreclosure list. Everybody's hitting the pre-foreclosures. Everybody's hitting, people who are in a system of some sort, but no one really knows if a house goes vacant. You can't record when a tenant leaves a property.
Right.
And they leave the grass growing, they leave the shrubbery growing and all this stuff. So when you have that firsthand access, you're driving around, you find that property. I just feel like that is way better for me. So it would be me, my bird dog team will drive around. And what I do is send direct mail, and then I skip trace and find their phone number, all that stuff, and contact them by phone.
I think that's amazing. We did a show a couple episodes ago where I was kind of sharing some different ideas, because I look at it like, say, the bird dog, the wholesaling part. I just look at it like as a transition. So say, for example, you're starting off doing the bird dog. What's up?
You can finish. It's just I'm definitely going to say something after you finish that.
Okay. Yeah, like say you start off doing the bird dog and the wholesaling part, then you transition up. I like to advise people to get their real estate license. Then, as well as you keep, progressing, and then you become a real estate investor where you buying the property and you building wealth, to kind of help take care of your needs, as well as building wealth that you can pass down to your family. But go ahead, look like you was about to say something.
I just love how you said that. So literally after he finishes, I mentioned I'm filming my bonus units of my course. I have transitioned to wholesaling on my whiteboard.
Awesome. Great mind.
So you go from to being a wholesaler. My whole point in my course is letting people know, like, look, it's a choice if you want to continue with this bird dog gig. But the whole reason people get into real estate is so they can buy properties and or invest their money. So I want you guys to know the next levels that you can go. And
right.
Brought that up.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, and that way you can have a business, and the business can help take care of yourself, and then as well, like, you can create generational wealth, where you can buy properties and hold them. My favorite strategy is the owner finance. So say, for example, these really great deals that you're finding, and the investors really appreciate all the bird dogs. They really appreciate them. But instead of passing off these great deals, find out a way where you can buy them. And it's a lot of different strategies where you can buy the properties, and sometimes you can structure the deal where you don't need no money, no credit, by structuring a seller financing deal where you can structure the deal, buy it on land contract, where you don't have to bring any money to the table. And in some occasions, you can structure the deal where you can get money at the table, even though you didn't bring any money to the table. It's a lot of unique strategies there.
I'm aware of that, and I did mention this to you before, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. So you have the book that I wrote, and it's the second part that I already finished, and the third part I will definitely need your help with that, since I don't have personal experience with like seller finance, sub-2, lease options, all that stuff. I know about it, I'm educated, but I don't have the experience. So like everything you just said, I'm like, yes. Because people like that part of the book will be called Six-Figure Bird Dog System for Cash Flow, and people don't know you can actually have cash flow as a wholesaler without owning property. That concept just doesn't even sound right to people, and it's like, no, you don't have to own the property to get cash flow.
Yes, that's awesome. So let's see, as far as, because your group is, you got over 12,000 people in the group. How did you grow it to that large? So I got a couple of different groups, and I think I got like maybe 300 or 400 people, but man, 12,000, that's a lot of people. So how did you grow it to that number?
To be very honest, there's no one doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. If you look up bird dogs in whether it be Facebook groups or even you just Google it, all you see, like I said, is just like a few YouTube videos. Maybe some people mentioned it in a post or something. People ask, how do I get pictures in a property? People will be like, get a bird dog to do it. And that'll come up in the search engine, but there's not like a full place for it. So the fact that I pretty much have a monopoly over that area, I think that's one reason. And also I can cater to really, really young people. There's people as young as like 14 years old in my group. So
wow.
if I could teach teenagers how to get a job with a real estate investor, I think that's going to attract a lot more people versus wholesalers where they're constantly telling kids, you have to wait till you're 18 to wholesale. Well, what are they going to do until that point? They come to my group. So that's just what happens.
That's awesome. That'd be cool if you know, you have a 14-year-old. Have you had any like young people that actually, you know, got paid finding properties for investors?
Yeah, there's kids. They like, oh my gosh, there was this one 16-year-old. They posted in the group. They were like, "Hey, I'm looking for some investors to work with. I have experience and I know how to do this." I was like, "Whoa, okay." Because I was 19 when I closed my first deal as a bird dog. I made $1,500, and so you got a 16-year-old who already has experience. I'm like, wow. So yeah, they know how to work. They know what to do. They're following Gary Vee to the T. Nice.
Yeah, Gary Vee, amazing marketing tools. Awesome. You should interview one of those young people and just see, you know, how do they go about doing it. I think that'd be kind of inspirational for adults.
I probably have to get it set up like you do with the contracts and stuff before I do a video. I think that's been one of the reasons I've been hesitant, because I did do an interview with one guy. His name's Bird Dog Bill. He actually did get to meet Gary Vee. He got started when he was 18, if I'm not mistaken. So he's in the UK and he works with investors up there. So if I'm not mistaken, he's around my age still. So he's like in his early 20s. So he's no longer like a child, but I could do another interview with him and probably some younger people as well. But like I said, I probably have to make sure I get permission
from their parents
right away with that. I don't want to get in issues. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Make sure you get their parents' consent. So if it was a new person starting off in the business, what kind of advice could you give them? Say it was a new person and they have limited budget and they don't have no clue about real estate and they want to kind of get involved. What kind of advice would you give them in order to get started?
Well, of course, the first thing I would tell them is to change how they use social media. So most people use social media using their YouTube time, using their internet time to waste time. They'll be on Netflix watching, I don't know, American Horror Story, watching Empire, watching, what do people watch now? Because I don't know. They'll do all that to waste their time versus watching real estate documentaries on Netflix versus watching wholesale videos on Netflix. If y'all didn't know, Armand has his own YouTube channel. He makes videos to educate people. Jay Gaines, she makes videos to educate people. So just switching their time usage around to where they're educating themselves instead of using it purely for entertainment. I'm in that mode where I'm switching back because I don't know how to enjoy myself anymore. And so doing that and just getting into the mode of learning. So once you can gather as much free information as possible, or whether it's education or just understanding people, because investors talk different than regular people. And I noticed that I'll talk to someone who's not in business for themselves versus someone who is an entrepreneur or an investor. Their language is different. So you learn the lingo, you learn how to communicate with people on their level, and then you're able to take the next steps. So as far as real estate investing specifically goes, of course, I will tell people become a bird dog for someone first before you just go out, because people tell me all the time they get scammed with these mentors and coaches and stuff. Someone DM'd me and said they lost $5,000 to someone who was not credible. And I'm like, man, okay. And I let them know what their options were. And I was like, you can find I recommended Jay Gaines. I was like, you can find a reputable coach, or you could start out as a bird dog for somebody. And I explained to them what a bird dog was. She was like, oh, okay, I'll try that out first before I try to wholesale. And I was like, okay, well, that's awesome. Join the National Bird Dog List, please. Somebody can contact you. Otherwise, go to our group so you can find people in your area if no one contacts you off the list. And so I would definitely tell them, even if they don't bird dog for someone and they don't work with them immediately, just talk to them, get to know the business first, like go to different meetings. I know we're in post-2020 era, people don't want to be around each other. So like there's different online spaces where people and communicate and get to know people and just see if real estate is really what you want to do, because then you'll be able to spot out a scam artist versus an actual authentic coach. That's just one thing, because people can throw out fancy words and make it sound like they know what they're talking about. But once you actually get to know how people work, then you know, oh, this person actually does know what they're talking about. I'll give them $5,000 without, hesitating. And it's very, very different. And so they do decide to become a bird dog, work with those people, and still get a coach, still get a mentor, especially if that particular person that they're working with does not choose to mentor them. Still do that so they can make sure that their wholesale operation goes well. Because like I said, there's a transition between being a bird dog and a wholesaler. You know how to do the lead generation part, but you want to make sure your numbers are right and not be like the laughing stock of your market, that type of thing.
Right. Awesome. Well explained. Awesome. So as far as like going from day to day, what keeps you motivated? What kind of things you do to keep yourself motivated?
To be very, very honest, I think that question for me is interesting because I have a platform. I will sometimes be like, man, I kind of wish I didn't have this, because it feels like a lot of responsibility. One of my moderators had let me know a few months ago. They were like, I've had the group for almost 4 years now. And at the time it was 3 years. And he was like, people shouldn't be bird dogs for 3 years. And I was like, I know, I know people need a way to go to the next step. So me having the bird dog platform and creating the mastermind group and helping people out, that is what gets me going on the education side of things. And what gets me going in my actual wholesale business is knowing that I failed so hard and wanting to have income for my family members. So I got my family members as my bird dog team. And so I know that as long as I'm working their leads, and I'm getting some more, of course, but as long as I'm working their leads, I always have the potential to pay them at any given time whenever their deals close. And that is really where I'm at with that. I want to make sure that, of course, I'm providing myself income, but I won't be paying myself too much. Most of my money is going to be going back to the business anyway, and they are part of the business. So it's me making sure that my company is running and making sure that my bird dogs, my family, and whoever decides to work with me, making sure that they have income, like extra money. Like, in real estate, we make big money. So making $500 or $1,500 extra, that's a whole stimulus check. So
right.
Everybody would enjoy that. And it's not coming from the government. It's coming from something that they actually did. So that's the two different sides where I'm helping people and educating them, and then providing for my own and for my company.
Nice. So you mentioned your company. What does that consist of? Like, how many members do you have? How are you guys structured?
Okay, so that's actually getting put back together. Like I said, I failed really, really hard. My old team, we had at any given time, we had anywhere from like 3 to maybe like 10 bird dogs. Oh, wow. And it was 4 of us. It was me and my husband and our 2 other partners. And not to my knowledge, one of the partners had never closed a wholesale deal. They didn't know what was going on. And the other partner was like having us watch Sean Terry videos to learn how to wholesale. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm here. I've already closed a few deals before. Why are they completely ignorant to what's going on?
Right.
That's not what was said in this original thing. So my fault for not vetting my partners that well before we got into business together, and then allowing us to get such a large team and not paying them. That hurt me so much. I was like, we have to fire these people, not because they didn't do their job, but because we are not structured properly, and we have to let them go. That hurt me a lot. So I'm taking things a lot slower. I'm now by myself. I no longer have my husband with me to help me anymore. So it's like I have to take things a lot slower, but that I think is a benefit too, because I'm just at the point where I'm like making sure that I'm taking all the right steps. So like you said in the group chat, I sent the video earlier. I had screen recorded my computer where I showed you guys how I let my bird dog team know what's going on. So in that video, I sent my bird dogs a copy of all the leads that they had sent me over that period of time. So all the leads that they put in, I have them find the properties, and I have them put in a Google form I showed them how to look up on the tax assessor their information. They put it in to the Google form, and then I get the Excel sheet from the input of all the leads. I send them an email and let them know, hey, you guys, I have just sent direct mail to all of these leads that y'all sent me, and I'll let you know when I start my text campaign or my RV and my ringless voicemail campaign. And so I keep them up to date with everything that I am doing, letting them know that I really am working their leads. I'm not going to steal their leads. I'm not going to close and then not pay. It's not going to be that type of thing. So that's how I do it. I make sure that, they know exactly what's going on. They find the leads, they send them to me. When I send mail out, I let them know when I send the mail out. When I text, I let them know when I text. And when I send a ringless voicemail, I let them know each step of the way.
Nice. That's awesome. I mean, if you wanted to step up to like a paid platform, that REI Black Book, they have a little internal program that kind of, but you have to pay for it, but they have a little internal program where you can help communicate with through everyone. I don't know if you've seen a little link I had with the propertyfinders.com, where the people can submit the deals. It's got like some auto responders in there. I'll send you the link. You can check it out, but that's through REI Black Book. It's pretty cool. So the one question which a lot of people are wondering about as far as with the bird dogs and the wholesaling, how are you guys handling as far as all this stuff coming out in the news where they're saying wholesaling is illegal? So how are you guys handling that?
I just mentioned this in the 6 Figure Saturday video live stream earlier. Like I specifically said this. I'm not making videos on it right now simply because I'm not all that educated on it, but I have been watching other people who have made videos on it, who have the articles linked in their videos or on their platforms to inform people on it. So I made a playlist on YouTube. So on the Bird Dog Real Estate YouTube channel, you can find a playlist called Wholesaling is Illegal. So you can get everybody else's input on it. I knew about it, like, what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name, but it's the dude with the glasses and the beard. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. I think he owns the company Flipster, where it's a CRM. Like it helps you flip really, really easily. I forgot his name, but he started making videos on it really, really early. I think like late 2019. So I was like, oh, this is big. So I just made a playlist and just kept track of anyone talking about it. So I'm like, I hope Tennessee doesn't get on the list, but if it does, I'll be up to date because it's pretty much the same thing happening.
Right. My take on it is that, like we were talking about that transitioning, right? So say, for example, people are going to start where they're going to start at. So you're starting off at the very, very beginning. Say you're starting off as a bird dog. However, usually people as a bird dog level, from my experience anyway, that they kind of be like kind of off the record anyway. But say, for example, you transitioning from a bird dog and you moving right on up. It's a lot of money out there. So instead of going from bird dog to a wholesaler, how about going from bird dog to real estate investor, where you actually buying the property? And then if you buy the property, you can either keep it, or you could turn around and buy it today and sell it tomorrow. That way you are a real estate investor. So you're kind of doing the same thing, except for you using either your funds or some transactional funds to actually close on the deal in order to mark it up by X and then turn around and resell it either the same day or the day after. And that's just my take on as far as how to deal with the those new laws or whatnot. You're actually not a bird dog or a wholesaler. I'm a real estate investor.
I agree with that. I think that's the smartest thing to do. But, people, I don't know if it's like fear or if whatever the situation is. So on one side of it, it's younger people, and I'm like, they can't do that. So, that's one thing. But for the older people, it's like, yeah, go from being a bird dog to an investor. You can start flipping your only rental properties. They'll look at you like, what? So I think it's the mindset more so than the actual occupation. Because here's the thing, you can be a bird dog for like 2 years, stack up all your money from that, specifically put it in a savings account or a CD or something. And then when you're ready, you've done all the research that you need to do. You learn about flipping, ARVs, all that stuff. You don't have to, like you said, you don't have to be a wholesaler. You can go straight into owning properties or flipping them and whatnot. But like I said, I think it's the mindset really.
Right.
I do think that if you keep saying that, it will become more popular and people will understand the concept. Like, hey, look, I mean, I think wholesaling's cool, but look at the reality of where we're at, like that the stigma around it for one, and how people are treating wholesalers at this point. They're not really liking that concept. I don't think it's a problem still. I don't think it's too much of a problem where people can't wholesale anymore. But I do like the concept that you said as far as like getting the knowledge that you need in REI and going straight into flipping instead of feeling like you need to wholesale. I also talk about investing in REITs, REI investment trusts. If people don't want to flip or whatever, use their money to invest in real estate instead of using their money to buy real estate. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. So you got that in your gonna be a section of that in your book too, the REIT, the trust. That's what's up. That's awesome. Now that's something that I haven't got involved with as of yet, but yeah, I'll be interested in learning on that myself.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm learning about it a lot. I want to start my own with BDRE. So I rebranded. So it's still Bird Dog Real Estate, but it's BDRE. I want to get to the point where we're doing, the right numbers to where we can have REITs and ETFs in our actual company. So that's something I'm excited about. That won't be for a minute though.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to say that, I've been, following along, the Bird Dog groups and how, the different things you post and the different interactions. I think you're doing an amazing job and, keep up the good work. I know at one time in there was some, this guy was posting some negative stuff. And I just like the way you handle like the negative stuff. And then when people post things that's outside of real estate, you always take the high road. And I just wanted to say, good job on that. I think you got an amazing thing going, and I wish you nothing but the best. And for all of our viewers, I want you to make sure you type into the Facebook that Bird Dog Real Estate and make sure you subscribe to the group, join the group, add some value, learn. I think you're doing an amazing thing, and we wish you nothing but the best in the future. So we go get ready to close this up. Is there anything you would like to add or share?
No, I don't think so. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Me and Armand, the Wholesale Diva J Gaines, and oh my gosh, Glenn. We all did an interview around this time last year, and I just love how everybody's just leveling up. I love being around people. That's why I allowed them into the mastermind group with no fee or anything, because it's like, okay, these people are nothing but a benefit. So whenever they post something, my moderators might have questions. I'm like, no, let them post whatever they want to post. Okay, they're doing nothing but adding value to everybody. I really just want to say thank you. Much gratitude from me, Bird Dog Real Estate, and everyone who is on their REI journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And everyone, as we normally close this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We appreciate everyone's support. So you make sure you like, subscribe, post it on your Facebook, post it on your LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn, create a LinkedIn, show some love and some support. And we thank you again for the opportunity to interview you. I look forward to seeing much more great things from you. And until next time, we're out. Peace.
Welcome to this episode of How to Buy the Hood. I am your host, real estate coach and mentor, Anthony Legins. This is Real Estate Heat TV, the hottest new real estate channel. And we aim to bring you the hottest new information, the hottest new techniques, the hottest new strategies. But this show right here in particular, is focused on how to buy the hood. How to buy the hood, because, as a African American male, I have a personal and heartfelt concern for the struggles that we're going through right now, and all of the things that we're facing, the challenges that we're facing, all of the backlash and everything that's been going on lately in the news and around the world, and even just for our history, if you know what I'm saying. But, I wanted to create something special just for us. I wanted to be able to take my real estate knowledge, because if you don't know, I'm a licensed real estate broker, and I'm also a licensed residential builder. So I have a lot of knowledge in the real estate arena. I've done wholesaling, buying, fixing, flipping, selling, traditional real estate, non-traditional real estate. I've done all types of real estate. I've done deals for myself, deals for other clients, and made lots and lots of money out here, with my knowledge and my experience. And it's taken a long time. I've been in this for over 17 years. It's taken me a long time to learn these type of things, but now it's time. It's time to share this with you and for all of those who want to learn how they can become active in real estate so that they can then take that knowledge and apply it to improving their community or giving back in a special way to the neighborhoods that they grew up in. You may be able to just buy one house at a time and fix and flip it and provide a beautiful home for one family, which is an incredible thing. Or you may be able to get together and form a partnership and buy apartment buildings and complexes and things of that nature, or take vacant strips of land in desolate parts of our neighborhoods and build new housing and provide affordable housing for our people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this show is all about. It's about teaching you how to get involved, motivating you to get involved, because that's important, giving you the knowledge so that you have that confidence to take action, because that's what's required out here, is taking action. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring special guests. I'm going to bring people that are active in this real estate field, local experts from around the world, different investors that are doing their thing and that are making it happen right now in their local communities. Up on our next episode, we have the Wholesale Diva coming on. She's doing big things out here. You know what I'm saying? Out in Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona area. On our next episode, soon to come, gonna have my man Reginald Davidson from Flint that's out there, man. He's getting those people that's been suffering from that lead-based paint. I mean, not lead-based paint. I'm sorry. I'm so real estate right now. But that lead in the water. He's been one helping people getting grants and helping getting people to clean water and setting up distribution centers and doing it big, man. Helping people get ready to get their claims, because Flint, the residents of Flint just won, a tremendous size lawsuit. So he's helping position them for that. And we have other great community leaders, soon to have celebrity guests, everything. This is how to buy the hood. I'm going to teach you what you need to know. Stay tuned. And hey, I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, I'm Anthony Legins. Peace.
there's a YouTube channel you will want to subscribe to, Real Estate Heat TV. Real Estate Heat TV is destined to be the hottest new real estate channel around. They provide original content and shows in an innovative, creative, entertaining, and educating way. The concept is to provide a supreme platform for other real estate related channels and businesses to promote their respective businesses while providing the heat by sharing their knowledge, wisdom, and their expertise. Coaches Armand and Anthony bring the latest heat from the streets in the real estate industry, covering a broad and diverse range of topics, all geared towards helping you gain entry and have sustainable success in real estate. Real Estate Heat TV, the hottest new real estate channel. Check it out online at realestateheat.tv or on YouTube at Real Estate Heat TV. Share the channel on all of your social media so your friends can subscribe too. What are you waiting for? realestateheat.tv and Real Estate Heat TV on YouTube. Subscribe now.